Yo, son, I just looked at my ankle, son, and that shit is white, son. Why is my ankle so white? Like, for real. I don't got no lotion, but I did just get a bag.
Man, I used to play the trap spot, propped on the block like I was part of the backdrop. Now it's scale, props, effects, and backdrops. The right lighting, you never catch me biting. Say you make it look so real when you pose the figures fighting. I caught lightning, stuck it in the detour. Replicate epic scenes from the Cree War. Compose pieces with artists that span the globe. Fearsome foes, Spidey in the picture perfect pose. Insert the comic book cut out to shoot a show. Oh, you ain't know? Yo, everybody know me. I made nerds cool nerd like my man Zobi. Took the everyday display, gave it a spark. Welcome to articulated comic book art.
Alright, it's Tuesday morning right now. Still didn't put out MTIT from last week. I just got it on ice, waiting to upload it because I wanted to put out the tournament grades first, the scores from the fourth round of the tournament, and I still didn't get to do that because all of the judges didn't kind of get together and figure this out yet. Basically, right now, there's a tie for the last slot between the D-Man 92, Project Chaos, and Mindless Spot Tube. Originally, the D-Man had a 45, but he was penalized for 2 points because of his technicality with the use of two different characters in his display. So that dropped him down in the 43 pool with Mindless and Project Chaos. So right now, it's just a matter, I guess, who had the best spot on death blow, maybe. So I don't even know who I'm gonna pick yet. Trevor Harris hit me up last night and he didn't even give me a clear answer. He wrote me a long ass message saying I don't know, basically, like, you know, so he's still thinking about it. Solid told me he would think about it overnight, and I haven't spoken to action figure expert at all yet. So just waiting, playing the waiting game. I want to get this out and get MTIT up, and I'm already like shooting MTIT for this week. So but we'll see what happens throughout the day. Got the actual seals of approval from Billy Mahoney last night. I just got to animate them. It's always hilarious to see what other people is watching. I see my man Glenn Webb liked Nicki Minaj's video, Stupid Hoe. Glenn, what the hell are you doing watching that shit?
I reach in my pocket. This is just the random shit that's just in my pocket at any given time during the day. I gotta use this right here. Thought I'd get this shot real quick. I was not a big fan of the Brand New Day or One More Day, those two storylines where they just retconned everything with Spider-Man and stopped his marriage and all of that nonsense. I thought that was so stupid. And I liked Spider-Man before that. He had just got a power upgrade as far as like his strength, and he had the organic web shooters and stuff, if I'm not mistaken. But since they did that, I haven't followed Spider-Man one single book. I mean, you know, I kept up with him in Avengers and other titles and stuff, but I haven't stuck with any main title of Spider-Man since then. I've heard some mixed things about it since then, and there have been a lot of good things to come out of it, but I just was not a big fan of when they did that. Alright, I just ordered the first wave of Marvel Legends online off of True.com. So by the time this goes live, they won't have anything. So I did post it in on the like page, and I tweeted it so other people could see it. But I was able to order the full wave. Kind of sad that I wasn't able to hunt them at retail, but it saves the trouble and saves me having to fight scalpers in the toy aisle and stuff like that. So I'll be able to put together the Illuminati the right way with the Extremist Armor Iron Man instead of this one. So many different possibilities with Steve Rogers and Iron Man and stuff like that. So I should get it this week. It show up in this episode of Meantime in Between Time and do some nice things with them. Toys R Us, True.com usually ships really, really fast to me. So it usually be like a day or two. So hopefully I'll get them this week. Around with a little something here. I got Doctor Strange kind of conjuring up something here and showing them, I guess, that the Hulk didn't end up where they thought he would. I used a little Marvel Universe head and popped off the hand, and just a little bit of the Iron Fist fire. Probably could have put some smoke or something in there, but I think it came out pretty cool to create that illusion, like he's showing them where the Hulk is or showing them his current state. But, you know, you are still a phenomenal artist. You know, the guys that made it right now, Congratulations to everybody who participated in this event. Anybody who put up anything. Fuck this goddamn shit. The fuck am I even talking about right now? I'm sick of fucking doing this over. Alright, so today has just been a ridiculous day. I spent hours today, literally hours today, just trying to figure out a little scene for to put out with the tournament vid. I settled on the invaders here. I'm missing one of the torches, I guess, or Toro or whatever one. So I settled on this. This will be the second scene, I guess. I'll maybe just have Cap at the table or something for the first scene. I don't even know, but I got the actual the animations for the scores in from Tyler already. We had like a 3-way tie right now. I'm waiting for Action Figure Expert and Trevor to hit me back so we could figure out this tie. I already spoke to Solid. Waiting to put out MTIT from last week right now and just getting this situated. But I mean, this took up so much time today. For what reason, I don't know. Just for a simple scene. But that's how it be sometimes. So alright, this will be the last little scene. This took a minute to get everything situated, but you could see all the shit I had to go through to make it happen. But at the right angle, we got a closing scene.
Package.
Bum bum bum. So finally got the Piccolo from Hobby Link Japan. I'm stupid hyped to get this joint. Open this guy up and get him in something immediately. So this is everything you get. You get the 2 extra heads. There's the angry sort of looking face. There's the turban wrapped head. These 2 parts are the front lower part that goes across his chest when he has on the cloak and the turban. So there's 2 different ones. There's 5 extra hands. You get 2 semi-open ones and 2 fully open ones, and then the 2 fingers for when he's doing the telekinesis thing or whatever you call that, plus the 2 closed fists that he comes with. So that's 7 hands altogether. And then there's a pair of folded arms. His arms come loose at the upper bicep there, and you can add those on for the folded arms, plus the cloak right there. So totally happy with this figure. This is definitely my favorite figure out of the line so far. Still trying to track down that Gohan, but out of the 3 that I have right now, Piccolo, Vegeta, and Goku, Piccolo is definitely my favorite, man. This figure is so sick. Pretty much the same articulation as the other figures as far as where the mechanics of the figure and how it works. Every single point that you can think of, it's articulated at. I'm not going to sit here and go over every single point of articulation right now. If you want to see the mechanics of how these work, check out episode 43 at MTIT. But just pretty much every single possibility as far as the articulation you could think of. One thing that I noticed too, though, on this guy was here at the neck on my Goku, it couldn't move. It looked like it could move, but it wasn't. But on this guy, it can move just fine. And his ankle is much more easier to rotate, and so is the toe. I mean, that it's those same points of articulation on the other figures, but for some reason on the Goku, it's just really stiff. Out of the package, he was ready to go. He wasn't too loose, wasn't too stiff. He was just right for posing, man. So what an excellent figure, worth every single penny that I spent on this guy, man. I would definitely highly recommend these figures to anybody who's into anime or who just into ACBA and just want to pose, man. So many possibilities. So I'll show them in a few shots with the interchangeable heads and hands and what have you. So let's take a look. Alongside of Goku, you can actually see the size comparison. I think Piccolo's about the right height that he should be, taller. So I didn't really go crazy in that little picture montage. It's a lot of stuff I want to do with these when I actually get more and I'm able to maybe get doubles or triples of these. The possibilities for displays and still motion type displays
is endless with these things. So I didn't really go too crazy. Plus, I want to save some time in this ep for some other things. But one thing I forgot to show was the instant transmission hand. Earlier in this ep, when I was talking about the different hands and heads, I said telekinesis. I meant to say teleportation, but that's what that is. Those two fingers is when he's about to do the instant transmission and teleport. And that completely slipped my mind when I was reviewing Goku and talking about Vegeta in episode 43. I couldn't remember the name of the term for the life of me, but that's what that is. I forgot to show that, and also I didn't show him what the folded hands with the turban and the cloak. I didn't even realize until Vinny pointed it out to me. That's why you have two frontal parts for the cloak, so that way when his hands are not in the folded position, you use the longer part, and for when they are folded, you use the shorter one to attach it. The only other thing, one of my only gripes with the figure is that when you have the folded hands on, for some reason on this left arm, I can get the peg in there completely and get it in there good, but on the right one, it's not seeming to go in there as good as I would like it to. You can't really tell that much here, but I can tell, and it's kind of annoying to me. And somebody else in the group had pointed out that a cousin of theirs or a friend of theirs, I think it was Jarrell, if I'm not mistaken, had the same problem with his. So anybody else who has Piccolo, let me know if they have that same problem. But other than that, I really don't have any gripes with this figure. This figure is so sick. And like I said, the possibilities for different looks and for different displays and stuff is just endless, man. Just all around great figure. My favorite figure in 2012 so far, no doubt.
Bag it.
Alright, so this was a rather large package from my man Light 105. Hooked up some really nice things for the FSP. Bunch of Marvel Universe figures. The modular armor or the bleeding edge Iron Man armor. Thanos. This Daredevil, which I believe is a variant. I've seen this in store maybe one time ever. Kitty Pryde. Scarlet Spider. And World War Hulk. So that's all for the FSP. Those are all men on card. Plus a bunch of loose Marvel Universe figures. Some real nice ones in here too. I don't think I'm going to go through everything. But this is all for the FSP. So it'll all be in the FSP. Captain Marvel. This was from the 2-pack with Cyclops and the Phoenix. Bullseye. That's the original one, I believe. This was a 2-pack thing in Bulldozer. Apocalypse. It's a bunch here, man. Luke Cage, Colossus, Cyclops, which is a great Marvel Universe figures. A couple of Iron Man, Doc Samson, the first appearance Wolverine, Moon Knight, bunch here. So this will all go on the FSP. And big thanks to my man Light 105, aka Nelson. If you don't know, Nelson is actually having a contest right now. I'm going to link his channel. I'm going to link the contest. Light 105 has been a huge supporter of the FSP and has donated some really, really nice prizes for the FSP. So show this brother your support, man. He's a great person to have in the community. Very generous, always giving. I got mad love and respect for Light 105. And again, I'm going to link his contest and his channel and stuff like that. The contest is crazy, man. He's giving away a Series 6 Deadpool, the Deadpool and Warpath 2-pack, and I believe a Face-Off Cap 2-pack. So it's a junior and senior prizes. So there'll be a first, second, third place for people 18 and under, and a first, second, and third place for people 18 and over. So I'm telling this whole contest. Watch the video. I'll link it. And once again, big thanks to my man Nelson. But also in that package was 2 things for me. Soda Street Fighter, Sodam. Really happy to get this guy. I will be cracking this open. And also Saget. Mad happy to get this guy. I actually have this Saget and Ryu 2-pack, which I really didn't want to open. I won this in Shuriken to the Balls' contest, and I really just wanted to keep that as a little memento and keep it on ice. Plus, that's the one with the damaged version of them both with the blood and stuff. So I really just wanted the regular version. So I'm happy to get this, and I could crack this guy open. Once again, big thanks to my man Light 105.
This is
Shout out to my man Fraser, Paintcustoms. He did a little mod on the Constrictor here. I posted pictures of his mod on the like page yesterday. Today I just posted the video. He actually has a tutorial, so that was really cool of him. And I'll link it in this video. But we really here because this is the moment of truth. Packages! Alright, so I'm stupid happy. Got the new Legend, son. But then I got the happy sad. What we call in the hood, I just got the happy sad because it's an all variant pack. I ordered some for Solid. He needed the regular versions of Steve Rogers, Iron Man, and Ghost Rider because he already had the variants, but they sent me all variants. So that sucks. So I got Thor and Constrictor and Claw and Hope, and then I got variants too for my full set. So I actually just got off the phone with my local Toys R Us, and they said that they had like 16 pieces of each one that I'm looking for. So now I'm about to run over there right now and try to exchange these real quick. I'm going to exchange solids. I'm going to keep my variants and then just try to get the regular versions for mine because I'm going to hang my variants on my wall. So let me run and do that. So I'm here. This is the aisle that they're supposed to be in. The guy just checked for me. And they not in this aisle, although the system says that they have plenty. So either they didn't open the box or somebody hid the shits. I've been looking in the back to see what's up. But he's going to check and see if they could grab a box out the back or see what's up. So playing the waiting game. So just came back from True with my second happy sad of the day. I was in True for like an hour right now trying to find them. And the system said that they had them, and I went through 2 or 3 different managers and people, and I'm like, yo, y'all made me come all the way over here. I've been checking the same True for like a month, and they couldn't find it. So like I said, I think one of the employees stashed it or whatever the case may be. So I'm kind of tight right now because I'm not going to be able to build Terrax today, but I'm not opening my variants, man. I'm going to just keep them. I boxed up the other variants. So I think I'm going to send those to Enium because Enium has the regular ones and he'll give them the solid and he'll take the variants or whatever. So I just boxed those up. I am happy to get Thor though because I never actually opened my SDCC Thor. So I'm happy to get that at least. And like I said, I'll open them all except the variants. I'll hang those on the wall. So alright, so it's Saturday afternoon here. I did end up getting up last Saturday's MTIT Tuesday of this week after I shot that little segment showing the SHIELD agents around the table. I put up MTIT later that night, although I still hadn't put up the tournament scores yet. So it's Saturday now. I'm just now about to put up the tournament scores in a few moments. It was a long week. I was actually waiting for Action Figure Expert to surface. I understand that he has some problems with his internet, so I know he didn't get any of my messages. He had pretty much done his part. He graded his entries, but we needed him to break a tie between the judges. Initially, we had all voted for a different person to move through, but upon further inspection and review, Solid realized that he made a mistake, and he ended up voting for the same person that Trevor Harris voted for, which was the D-Man. And I was still kind of on the fence, but looking at it a little closer and sleeping on it overnight, I think I'm going to go ahead and vote for the D-Man as well. I was really close to voting for Project Chaos. I thought his display was phenomenal. I kind of had X'd out Mindless Spot Tube out of the running early because I didn't think his display was as good as the other two. I thought this was probably his weakest round, although his display was phenomenal. It was really good, but I thought this was his weakest round. And as far as just looking at the actual death blow, Project Chaos and the D-Man, they had it on point, man. And I had even went as far as recording or editing a video with Project Chaos went in here, and then I edited one with the D-Man went in here as far as the scores and stuff is concerned, and then I slept on it overnight. I spoke to Solid just a few minutes ago, and it looks like we're going to advance the D-Man. So I'm going to go ahead and hurry up and get this video up before I put up today's MTIT later on tonight. The video's already edited and ready to go. It's only 3 minutes, so I'm going to put that up now. But again, I just wanted to talk about this here because I didn't really get to say it in the actual video. But yo, like the 10 people that competed in this round, man, phenomenal job. Like these are the best, some of the best people doing ACBA in the entire world, man. You know, some of my favorite people got eliminated in this round,
And it really means nothing, man. You guys are still some of the best in the world, but we had to narrow it down to 5. And the 5 that's going on, I think they deserve to move on. I think the 5 that didn't go on, they just had like a weaker round than some of the other rounds, but still some of the best people in the game, man. Show these guys some love and give them your support, because these are some of the people that I really, really respect in the game. Slings and Cannons and Mindless and everybody in this round that actually didn't make it through. They're just phenomenal, man. Just phenomenal. Chino Marino has been putting out some ridiculous things. So the 5 that's moving through, they definitely deserve it. But the 5 that did not move through, they ain't no spring chickens, man. They definitely know what they're doing. So, all right, starting to open some of these Marvel Legends. I'm gonna just go over them quickly, go over the pros and cons real quick. Not really an in-depth review, but Hope Summers, straight off the bat, I do like her. She's a decent figure. Probably not one of my favorites in the line, but what I do like about her is that it's a pretty obscure character. I'm always open for new characters to get made. Anytime it's a character that has never been made in figure form, I'm all for that. It's a female character. Any female characters we could get, I'm all for that. I do like the scope. Like, her form looks really, really good. However, I'm not a big fan of them continuously using this mold. I want more articulation. I want this ab crunch. I don't want this upper torso crap. And I want them to fix they actually have done a better job with these ball joints here at the hip, but I still want it to be the more traditional kind and still be better. I also like that the head is removable and you can take off her little cape or whatever you want to call it here. And I like her in this look. This is pretty much more so how she has looked in the comics without that on. She was wearing this more so when she was running around with Cable. I wish these parts were removable. But again, her form looks good. The female form looks really, really good. Other thing I don't like was out of the package, this leg was a little warped. I don't think mine is as bad as some other people's that I've seen, but I'm definitely going to have to fix that for her to be able to stand up straight. But overall, it's a pretty nice figure. I think the likeness of the character is pretty good. Wish there would have been maybe a little shading in the hair, and I wish the hair was redder. It's more like a orange auburn or something like that. I wish the hair was actually red. And the paint on the figure is pretty decent. It's not really much that needed to be done. There is a little bit of shading and stuff and some detail here on these wraps and stuff around the leg. But overall, pretty decent figure. Another thing I just noticed too is that, the gun that we got for Hope was the same gun that we have for Forge. But with Forge, we got the extra clip or the magazine or whatever. We didn't get anything with Hope, so they skimped us on that too. They cheaped us out on that too. Should have came with the extra parts right there too. And the last thing, I wish that this gun would have been fitted for her hand a little bit better. It doesn't really fit in the right hand as well as I would like it. You got to kind of finagle it and really fix it. It fits in the left hand pretty good, but I really wish that would have been altered so that way she could hold the gun a little bit better too. So she looks pretty good side by side with Cable. One thing I forgot to mention is that she is a bit tall though. She is a little bit too tall. Everybody has said that. But she does look pretty good side by side with Cable. I'm not going to get her into too many things right now, but I'm going to try to get her up in my X-Men portrait though. Next up, we got the modern Thor. Really, really like this figure. I've been in love with this figure since I got to mess around with the San Diego Comic-Con version. This one is just slightly different from the San Diego Comic-Con version. None of the lightning effects on it. The shading and what have you is better in my opinion. The cape color is much better. This figure is one of my favorites out of the line. I really like this figure a lot. What I don't like about the figure is I kind of wish this chin would have been fixed a little better. He looks kind of like a old woman sort of from the side, the way it looks there. I wish they would have maybe like elongated it just a little bit and maybe rounded it a little more or made it look a little more chiseled. He looks a little old in the face just a little bit. It's not too bad. But I do think that it could have been improved on just a tad bit. No ankle pivots like we were actually told that we would probably get the ankle pivots on Thor, and we didn't get that. I really do like that you could take the hammer and put it on his belt right there as well. I thought that was a really nice touch. I love the size of the figure. He is absolutely the right size. It's about the same size as the Marvel Select version with just more articulation. Wish he would have had more articulation though, although I'm not a fan of this joint right here. It does get a decent range of motion. Still would have preferred an ab crunch and then a waist swivel. Would have preferred double jointed elbows. We did get the double jointed knees though, so that was cool. Definitely got the wrist hinge, which is great for a character that has to throw stuff. I mentioned that in last week's episode, so that's great. Overall, a nice figure though. I'm really happy to get Thor and his modern look. So many things that you could do ACBA wise with him in the modern look, so I look forward to that. Oh, and one more thing for Thor was no inscription on the hammer, so they kind of dropped the ball on that. That was lazy. You know, just certain things like that with Hasbro, man. They do a lot of like lazy things, man. I just want them to take it the extra mile and get everything right. Like, don't leave anything out. But again, overall, really nice figure. Really happy with this guy. Two more quick things. I don't really like Thor's head articulation. It's not enough. It can't look down or up at all. It's pretty much only side to side. And with a character that's large like this, you want them to be able to look down at opponents or at people that they talking to or communicating with or whatever you're doing in your setup. So that was... I wish that would have been better. And it would have been a nice touch for the cape to be removable. That's not a huge deal. But, you know, it would have been something new and something creative and cool if they would have made the cape removable. People was debating recently in the Facebook group over the Marvel Select Juggernaut versus the Marvel Legends Juggernaut. I still favor the Marvel Legends Juggernaut just because of more articulation. People complain about the arms and what have you, and I guess he is a little disproportionate. The Marvel Select Juggernaut is an amazing figure, crazy detail. I love him for like stuff like this where he could tower over certain people. Like Thor's a huge character, but in a sense, I still feel like the villains should sometimes be bigger than the heroes, and he looks good towering over Thor right here. Juggernaut, Crossbones, and Ghost here were part of one of the more recent Thunderbolt teams, if you didn't know that. I'm pretty sure they're still on it. I haven't picked up Thunderbolts in a couple of months. But in some issue, they actually fought Cap, Thor, and Iron Man. I need an updated Ghost figure. This was a custom from my man, Apathy Inc., a.k.a. Mike. Next up, we got Claw. I don't know how this is really showing up on camera. He's looking like really fluorescent or something, but whatever. We got Claw. Happy that we got another obscure character, another character that has never been done. Really happy about that. I really like the articulation. This is the same body mold as the Silver Surfer from the what series is that? The Ronin series. It shared another body with some. This body was somebody else's body too. Can't think off the top of my head, but definitely Silver Surfer. So a lot of articulation, double jointed elbows, and the ball joint, and the abs, and everything you could pretty much think of. But my guy was jacked up out of the package, man. Like his little device here was all messed up. You see, it's all bent up. His leg is all screwed up. This guy was just screwed up out of the package, so I'm not happy about that. Wish they would have gave a little bit of shading in the costume or what have you. I mean, his costume is pretty basic even in the comic, so it is pretty comic accurate, but it could have used just a tad bit of shading. But I really like the articulation. I mean, you could get this guy into some nice poses and really kind of exaggerate the poses and what have you, and just really have him kind of, you know, shooting his sound waves or what have you. But I'm so upset about this right here. It looks so fucked up right now. But overall, decent character. Not really one of my favorites out of the line, but I am really happy to get this guy anyway. Like I said, I'm always for new characters. So decent, not the best, but... Alright, so I just fixed Hope and Claw's limbs here, the bent up limbs they had with the boiling water, cold water trick. So now they can actually stand up straight. I fixed his leg, I fixed his little sound apparatus, straightened that out, and straightened up her leg so they could both stand up straight. It's one thing I hate is a figure that can't stand up straight. Unfortunate that I have to go through that and I have to do this, and we gotta do little modifications to the figures and stuff like that. I just really want Hasbro to get these things right so we don't have to go through this in the future. Just a little quick something. Claw taking it to the S.H.I.E.L.D. agents. Probably could put a little more detail, more stuff flying around, and actually
made the sound waves or something like that, but keeping it simple. Showing them off a little bit. So the last one I'm opening out of the bunch, because everything else is variants, is Constrictor here. One of my favorites out of the line. This figure is so dope. The head sculpt on this figure is just amazing. Just so sick, man. They did a really good job on this. Great articulation. He shares the same body mold as Quicksilver and a couple of other Hasbro molds, but my couple of gripes is the tendrils here. Obviously, they are not don't have any bendy wire in them, so they don't have any articulation. That was a major failure on Hasbro's part. They should have absolutely went the extra mile and done that. It's just so stupid. That would have made this a actual action figure if you could actually wrap somebody up in these things without having to do all types of magical tricks to wrap somebody up in a tendril. So that was stupid. And one thing that I saw somebody else pointed out, they didn't take this little part off the belt right there, which was really, really lazy. Just more lazy stuff, which kind of pisses me off. And then again, this was the same body mold as Quicksilver and a couple of other Hasbro molds. So he's got that great extra shoulder articulation there. But if they're going to use the same mold, then why wouldn't they just leave the ankle pivots on? And why wouldn't they leave the toe joint on? They gave him totally different feet. And, I like these feet as far as like how they're rounded and stuff. And they don't look real like pointy like the Quicksilver feet. But just put the ankle pivot on it and give him the toe articulation. Go the extra mile. Give him all the articulation. Like, what are you doing? But otherwise than that, man, this figure is extremely dope. One of my favorites out of the line. But just a few minor things. The belt. And one more thing. They should have gave him a wrist hinge right here. That was just really, really whack as well. Just little minor lazy things that they could easily have taken a lot of these figures over the top with. And a lot of these figures, they could have knocked it out the park. And it could have been 10 out of 10. But again, overall, this is still one of my favorite figures out of the line. Really, really nice figure. I would definitely recommend that you pick up this one. Oh, yeah, and I forgot to mention that Constrictor's a totally new character as far as 6 inches is concerned. They did get him in 3 3/4 inch, but we've never seen him in the Marvel Legends line. So that's really dope. And his display possibilities are pretty good too, because he was originally a villain, and then after the whole initiative thing and Marvel, he actually became a hero, a good guy. So you got a lot of possibilities with him. But with that face and that head sculpt, most people are going to be using him as a villain, I'm sure. But again, really nice figure. Okay, this has been another episode of Meantime in Between Time. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to come join us on the ACBA Facebook group. We reached 1,000 members this weekend. We're a little over 1,000 right now. So if you still haven't come and joined us, you missed out on being the 1,000th person. But still, come check us out. Come hang out. Come chat with us over there. And also, please like the ACBA Facebook like page. And do not forget to sub up the ACBA community channel here on YouTube. That's where the 5th and final round of the ACBA World Championship Tournament will take place. So I will link all of these things. Pretty eventful week. Got a lot of stuff this week. Got some more stuff coming next week. Hopefully I could get these last 3 figures that I need, the non-variants, so I could build Terax and have a couple of those things in next week's episode. So until then, getting ready for the Super Bowl right now. About to get extra wasted, and I'll talk to y'all next week. Peace.